Welcome to another episode of Eternal Champions. I am your host and DM, Michael Trabacchino. And joining me today at the table is my co-host, Damien.
What's going on?
And the usurper to his Snyder Cut throne, joining us from afar, playing the champion Oberon, is Cesar.
What's going on, everybody?
Today we have a few people running late, or rather one person's running late, the other person's AFK.
Destiny.
Yeah, he's trying to... There's no life in Destiny right now. Ernie, who plays Mirthal, will be joining us hopefully soon, within the next half hour, so 45 minutes. But with that being said, let's hop into it. Last we left off, do you guys need a recap or... Okay.
Well, we cannot start an episode of Knights or Eternal Champions without
The Snyder Cut. Everyone, remember, this is Oberon. I might be down in worlds, Kane, it doesn't matter. You got to release the Snyder Cut, because at the end of the day, look at all these dead, poor fools. They're here. They didn't see the Snyder Cut, but we're alive. So you remember, you all have to release it. # release the Snyder Cut. And once we all see it, then we could laugh at all these dead fools over here. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you, Oberon. Always happy to hear from you. If you can, just get Cesar back too. So
that was great.
We have a recap to do. It's actually a very quick recap. So last time on Eternal Champions, the group managed to secure a airship with the help of Ankar and being accompanied by his son. Yeah, you guys came via airship. Remember, you met the captain?
I remember that.
Yeah. He secured an airship for you guys, so you guys could fly to...
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
I was like, we took a ship somewhere else?
No, you took an airship to the World's Grave, which, where you saw exactly how important this pilgrimage was to a lot of individuals. You saw scores of people, variety of different races. Some you were familiar with, some you weren't. Just making their pilgrimage to this area called the World's Grave. But outside of the Titanous mountain that is the World's Grave is the small village of Charnwick, where the airship landed. You continue to briefly explore the area of Charnwick, being led by Anar, Ankar's son, to a local inn whose name at the time escaped him for various reasons that would become revealed later on. And upon entering, you soon discovered why that was so, and that his lurid / troubled history with taverns and inns and just pubs in general seems to persist wherever he goes, including this place. You did discover that this place was called the Red Jug, or you could assume that it was referred to as the Red Jug. Anar went to secure rooms for everyone. While this occurred, you met quite a individual of large stature, right? Covered in ruinic armor, right? Who sitting seemed to almost loom larger than life. Mm-hmm. Upon meeting this individual, there was a bit of a language barrier between certain members of the party, Astraeos being that individual.
I know what you're talking about.
They tried to converse, where then Mirthal shared the Orb of Fontis with this individual, who would later on be discovered to be Oberon. And they met Fontis, where that language barrier ceased to be. It was almost like a TARDIS effect, where all languages were instantly translated. After a meeting and striking a deal with said aspect of creation, Fontis, they were ejected out of the orb, and just coincidentally, meeting the times, an individual who looked very out of place came to the bar, an individual wearing a very well-tailored suit, top hat, circle-framed sunglasses, carrying a walking stick or cane of sort with some sort of jewel atop it. He sat down all the way at the other end of the bar from where you guys were and ordered something from the tiefling bartender that was there.
So he has to walk by us, right?
He walked by you guys.
When he's walking by, I'm gonna like.
Well, this is past. This is past.
Oh,
already.
it did pass already?
This was already passed.
What the?
Yes. So while you were enjoying drinks with Oberon,
I really was enjoying drinks.
not understanding what he was saying, but except through the form of liquid libation, Mirthal and Uldil pursued this enigmatic individual. You can take that if you want. Mikasa is Sukasa, though.
I don't know.
So, surprised you didn't go for the bigger one. Anyway, Mirthal and Udil pursued this individual, tried to get to know him, and he came off as someone who was quite arrogant and rude, coming to the point where he was insulting them. And this only was magnified by when Udil, who was in this individual's home at a time, revealed notes that had been written by this individual in a language that was quite indecipherable, a language that no one knew. He continued to insult and berate them to the point where they eventually did give him his notes, which almost resulted in combat if a decision was not made. This individual, who was later on revealed his name to be Dr. Xander Narad, took his bottle of wine and left the establishment. As he left the establishment, Astraeus began to pursue this individual. This individual had already left the bar, or the tavern, rather. And then a scream was heard from outside where a other individual came shambling in, black viscous liquid pouring from his eyes and shambling, and then latched on quite literally to another one next to him, and they started to merge together like out of the thing. And that is where we left off.
Yeah.
So
Resident Evil fucking type
so Astraeus, what are you going to do?
Okay, so where am I again?
So you are so the thing, right, is right at the door or adjacent to the doorway. You're about 15 feet away from it.
Okay.
And there are people about to panic.
Okay, so it's how far merged is this monster already?
You can see that the skin, which should show two like separating faces, are now integrated into one another, and they're almost literally they're like if you take two pieces of clay and start pushing them together.
I'm trying to think. What do we use against this thing? Fire last.
Yes, you used fire last time.
Is there anything fire related around? Like any
There are some sconces around. Yes.
I'm gonna try to see if I could put fire on the blackness to try to see if I could separate.
How are you going to do that, though?
Oh man, fuck! Because they fully haven't merged yet. No,
they haven't, but it's the more time you dawdle while you're trying to figure out what to do. Oberon, what are you doing upon hearing these screams and then hearing this calamity up towards the front of the bar? Are you still enjoying your libations, or are you doing something else?
Uns, ins, glans, sons, head. All right. 3 drinks for him, 3 drinks for me. Wait, what's everybody? Oh, that doesn't look right. And does Oberon see Astraeus?
Does he see?
He was heading out towards the bar.
You see Astraeus. Yeah.
And how close is this thing to Astraeus at this current moment?
At this current moment, about 15 feet. It's about 15 feet away from Astraeus, because Astraeus was about 15 feet away from the doorway, and it's adjacent to the door. Like it didn't it seemed like it didn't recognize Astraeus, and it was going towards the nearest individual, which wasn't Astraeus.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, I have a torch in my backpack.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it out and light it up.
Okay. So you light up your torch,
and I'm gonna try to burn the liquid, see what happens.
Are you going to throw it at it? Because
No.
you're 15 feet away. Are you going to move closer?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're within distance of this thing. This is going to be a deciding factor or something. Come on. What you doing, bro?
Fuck. I'm going
to... Okay, you landed the dice. Oberon, what are you doing in the meantime? You see him light this torch, and he's about to move towards this creature, possibly. What are you doing?
Grab this. Seeing my drinking compatriot move towards it, Oberon would stand up, crack his neck, just move towards the other table with all 3 drinks. Well, 6 drinks. Puts them down and then, goes and reaches towards his hand axe on his left side.
Before you do that, as you put the drinks on the table, Astraeus throws his torch at the creature. I need you to make me an attack roll. Just give me a d20 roll and then add your dexterity modifier.
14.
14. Unfortunately, it whiffs past this creature and strikes against the wall. It strikes against the wall, igniting a tapestry. So now you have set this place on fire. Oberon, you see this. What are you doing?
I'm out.
That was a quick podcast.
Instant transmission. I'm out.
Oberon's out, jumps out through the window. Fully pulls out the axe. It's just keeping an eye on them, on this creature and this stranger that was introduced to him. It's just keeping an eye to see what this creature is going to do, how it's going to react. Oh, fire.
I'm going to yell fire.
Okay,
to
so
Oberon, and I'm going to go fire.
Oberon does, instead of like rain.
He shouts fire, and as he shouts fire, he runs his thumb along his neck like you're
killing it.
Yeah.
Like it's dead. Like, and I point towards the thing and I yell fire at you.
Just so like Oberon nods, pulls back, like if he was at a pitching sand, full wind, and then just chucks his first hand axe
at the creature.
Yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
Jesus. I hope it's a D20 so this thing can go through a fucking wall.
That's 16. Not counting modifier, which is 22.
You hit. 16 is the armor class, so you hit.
Motherfucker.
22. And the damage is going to be, I rolled a 1 plus 2 is 3. But immediately when that happens, he goes, fire. And the rune on his chest emits a big glow. And through this eating house that we're on, wood floor?
You're on the ground floor.
Is it dirt floor, wood floor,
it's
stone?
Wood floor. It's a wood floor.
Perfect.
Through the cracks of the actual stone, not stone, through the cracks of the wood, where they connect, you see exiting from him what looks to be like lines zigzagging through, like if a light source is going underneath it.
Okay.
Zigzagging back and forth, heading towards the creature. And as soon as it gets to his feet, 2 burning magma chains shoot out from the wood and begin to attempt to wrap onto this creature.
Does he make a save or anything?
Yes, he does. He would need to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. All right.
Jesus Christ.
14.
It succeeds, but for one moment, it takes an additional 2d6 fire damage.
Okay.
Which is a total of 8.
Okay. So let me do a quick roll. And okay. So the flame chains or these magma chains that you have summoned, they rip through the floor, right? Scorching the floor and not only engulfing, beginning to ignite the floor and then the fire of the tapestry that's already going on right now, catching onto the wall. But this creature has now been engulfed in flame too and is panicking. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Fuck.
Drunks.
15 for the creature.
All right. So
14 for me.
14 for you?
Yeah.
And what about you, Oberon? What do you have?
Oberon got a nice, beautiful 4.
Okay, so it's going to be the creature first. So the creature being...
The chains vanished, by the way, immediately because he succeeded.
Oh, the chains vanished?
Yeah.
Okay. So immediately after being struck with this axe and set ablaze by something, it's going to try to perceive the nearest threat. 50 and below, it's Astraeus. 51 and above, it's going to be Oberon. 97. So it caught with its 4 eyes, because now it is two creatures now becoming one, and sees that it is you. It begins to crack using its bonus action and transform. As it transforms, it no longer looks like the bipedal form of two individuals, rather this abomination, this quadrupedal abomination that almost somewhat resembles, like if you combine a primate with some sort of lupine like creature. So think of mid-transformation Wolfman / primate. That's the image of this thing. And its clothes completely burned off, flesh torched and somewhat blackened, and it now runs to you. You're about 45 feet. It doesn't have the speed to get to you fully, so it's going to lash its tongue out at you.
Mm-hmm.
Does 19 do anything to you?
That would technically hit. I have a question. Are there other? I imagine there are other people around here, right?
Yes, there are.
All right.
But they are clearly looking to run away, or and they haven't thrown anything at this. So everyone else was running away or doing something else. So it could clearly tell who was doing something.
Yeah. As it's getting closer, and I see that it's about to launch onto it. Oberon's eyes go, his grayish blue with golden freckles began to get all smoky. And he says, Ulslir, and points towards one of them. And they have to target that person instead of me.
What is that exactly?
That is the cloud rune.
Okay.
When you are a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to choose another different creature within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
Become the target of the attack instead using the same roll.
Okay, so that definitely hits one of the patrons.
Oh, no.
Patron does not break the grapple because the tongue automatically grapples, and the patron is pulled into this thing's maw, which now cracks open, revealing a row of hypodermic needle-like teeth that just span inward into its esophagus, and it drags the patron in and chomps on the patron. The patron is still alive, but it's definitely going to feel that. That is it for its turn. And movement, action, bonus action. Yes. It is now Astraeus' turn, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god.
And this is nothing like you've seen before, because when you saw this substance before, it did not turn people into this.
Fuck me, man. Hold on.
Fire seems to do something to it still.
I'm trying to look for something.
What happened to you don't get cantrips?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look for right now.
All right. When we do a break later, possibly we have to see what's going on with your spells, because
because I know I have a cantrip with a fire spell on it. I know that, but I can't find it.
Yeah, your spells were deleted. Why did that happen?
I don't know.
Just take a quick minute, edit your character. We'll hold your turn.
Yeah.
We'll go over to Oberon right now. Oberon, what are you doing?
Well, seeing this weird looking thing starts French kissing that a person that
It's not French kissing. It's like full on eating it.
Oberon takes that because he pointed towards one that was going to be 10 feet away from him, making sure that he's away from him. He does serpentine and pulls all the way back, hopping over the table that was where he was before, and he rolls to the other side.
Okay.
And as he finishes rolling from underneath, he picks the hand axe under his right ribcage and releases it, tossing it towards the creature.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
And looking at Astraeus, he's like, what are you? Okay, so what is this? And why aren't you doing anything? Astraeus only hears, that's going to hit 19.
It hits. 16 is the AC.
It takes an additional 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And move me.
Regular damage, or is there any sort of element to this?
It's just regular slashing damage.
I know I have fairy fire.
Oh,
that for a fact.
you also had Firebolt too. Last I
Yeah.
checked. I mean, I could pull up I can try to remake your character quickly. Sorry, I'm trying to do multiple things at once. What did you say, Oberon?
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay,
6 slashing.
6 slashing damage, and you throw your axe into it.
Yeah, second axe.
Are you aiming for any spot in particular, or just wherever?
Torso.
So the torso for this thing is gonna be a little hard to hit because it's on all fours. So what you managed to hit isn't necessarily the torso, but you actually hit its back, and the blade of the axe gets buried into what can be considered its shoulder blade, and is right there. If you want to get that axe back, you can try to remove it later on. But that's what else are you doing?
Move the weight enough to have the table and 25 feet between him and this creature. Table in between them. That's it.
Okay.
I just got Firebolt.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I would do Firebolt.
Firebolt?
Absolute hell yeah.
All right. Give me its spell attack roll.
Got you. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nat
right?
20?
The little circle thing, right?
Yes, that's a nat 20.
Yeah.
So whatever the damage dice is, plus another roll, and whatever modifiers you add onto it, if you add modifiers.
What is it? 1d10 fire damage. Okay, so we got 6. No, 6 or 9. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Let me see. These dice are a little hard to read. That's 9.
Okay, so 9.
So 19 so far. Anything else?
No.
So you quickly just do these arcane runes in the air, right? From your training as an artificer, right? And you shoot a bolt of fire at this creature, and it slaps it on the opposite side of its back where the axe had been buried, and it's going to it turns its attention towards you, this person in its mouth still clinging to life. So the person's still alive in its mouth. It's kind of like hanging out like the tongue of a dog. The tongue of a dog. It's a dead, half dead person in there, with these rows of hypodermic needle teeth. Are you doing anything else? You have your bonus action, or?
I'm gonna back up.
Okay, how far? You have 30 feet.
Maybe about 10 feet.
10 feet?
15 feet.
So
Yeah, 15
this thing
feet,
moved
yeah.
30 feet from you. So if you try to go any further from where you are, you'd be outside the building.
Okay, so then, are people stuck? Like, I'm gonna try to look around.
There are
real
people
quick.
right now, given the fact that it's only been this is only the first round, 6 seconds are going by. People are rushing to the door. Some people are getting trampled. Some people have made it out already. The bar is at, we'll say, 2/3 capacity right now, and it's emptying as we speak.
I'm gonna yell, people. I understand you're in panic, but you have to stop running over each other. Be calm. Bye, or you'll get out of here. You have to leave.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Shit. 18 altogether. I'm giving you everything.
18 altogether.
Uh-huh.
So there's a moment where in this panic, you cone your hands around your mouth so you sound louder, and they actually stopped to listen to you for a second, and some of them actually were seeing you and this other individual fight this thing and not doing too bad, right? So far, neither of you have been hit, and this thing's taking quite a wallop so far. So they actually calm down a little, or it's seemingly calm, but they are still hurrying to leave. So people who are getting trampled get picked up, and they're helping them usher them out.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. This creature's going to run towards you.
Oh. Thanks.
And it is going to spit the body at you. So it's about 30 feet. It could catch. It's going to be about 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
12. Does that hit you?
No.
12 doesn't hit. So it lurches back and spits out the body, and the body like barrel rolls towards you, and you sidestep quickly. It hits the wall with like a resounding thud, leaving this smear of almost like it's a mix of saliva and that same black viscous liquid, and it just slides down the wooden wall. And while this happens, the flaming tapestry that is now burning up and has been ascending, that black viscous liquid that's there catches instantly and ignites along with the spittle. and then the body just drops, and the person still, you can see this person still alive. The light of life slowly leaving their body.
So the black stuff is off it.
The black stuff's still on the person's body, but the wall is now on fire because of the black viscous liquid. Because the tapestry, remember the tapestry you had set on fire before.
Mm-hmm. I remember that, but
so
I'm trying. Is the black stuff like? Is it really affecting the black stuff?
What?
Put on fire?
It's almost like an accelerant. It seems.
Oh,
yeah, like lighter fluid almost.
So he's lighting on fire.
It not intentionally, but just inadvertently it did that. The creature's turn is over. It is your turn now, Astraios. Yes, Astraios.
How much black stuff is on this person?
Quite a bit. Probably at least half of its body. It's covered in a mix of spit / viscous, that viscous black substance. That ichor. I'm trying to remember what other spells you had. I remember you had Detect Magic. Did you have Grease or Featherfall?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay.
So did the black ichor seem? So it seemed that as it connected with the fire, it accelerated and
yes. So the fire is not vaporized, but it seems to act like an accelerant. So now the fire is actually spreading faster than it did before.
Oh my god. I yell at Oberon.
Yeah.
We have to leave. And like I point because if I go behind me, you said
to the
I can
door?
leave, right?
Yeah. If you go behind you, you're out.
Okay.
Because
you
were only about like 15 feet away from the door.
So how far is the monster from me now?
The monster's about 20 feet from you.
Okay.
And it seems very intent on you so far.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Fairy Fire.
Okay.
And yep.
All right, has to do dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
18.
It saves. That's
okay.
Good.
When you casted it, did you cast it in a way that it was also going to include Oberon in it and yourself, or no?
Well, no, Oberon, you're out of because it's only a 20-foot cube, so you were out of this thing's radius.
Cool.
Yeah, so you were fine. Don't worry about it. I would have trust me. I would have told you to roll.
So, hopefully, Oberon hearing me yell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna open the door.
Okay, and you're out.
No, I'm not out. I'm gonna open the door so he gets the hint.
Okay.
Because I know he can't understand me, so
right.
I have to piece it together for him.
Okay. As you do that, are you doing? Because you still have a bonus action, and you have a bonus action and action because that was a free action to open the door and tell Oberon all that. So do you want to do like? Oh, you did Fairy Fire. Sorry. So that was a. Sorry, you did Fairy Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an action. So you do have your bonus action still. Anything you can do with the bonus action?
No, I'm good right now.
No. Okay. So are you going to get out of the building or?
I'm going to wait until I could see him figure out that he understands what I'm saying.
So that's it for your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Oberon, it is your turn. What do you make of everything that's going on right now?
Trying to understand the language of this person that he cannot understand. He rolled a natural 1 on inside. He understands what he wants him to do. Bull rushes to grab onto this creature and using all his momentum to throw him out of this building.
Oh, no.
You're gonna try to bull rush. Okay.
So football player rush to tackle, trying to get him out of this building.
Give me an athletics roll.
I rolled a natural 1 on the inside.
That's okay. Let's hope you don't roll a natural 1 on this. Go. Give me an athletic. Give me an athletics roll.
Okay. So that is 15.
Yeah, you beat this character's roll. Okay. So this character did terrible right now. This monster did terrible. So you have this thing, you charged it, you have it grappled over your shoulder. You're about 40 feet away from the door at this. Oh, sorry. No, you got up to the monster. Sorry. You're about 20 feet away from the door.
Action search and just grit onto and put my feet as hard as I can to fully move them out and just
action search, you just start charging this thing. Are you running towards the door?
Yeah, like full through. Like you just see him pick up this creature and like go out the door.
Okay, this is gonna be a rare moment. Astraeus, you see this happening? He picks up this creature like full on linebacker, charges this creature, is dragging it. This thing's bigger than him, by the way, and Oberon's pretty big, right? And is carrying it to the door, full steam ahead. I'll give you a chance to do something. What do you want to do?
Oh my God, I have to follow because I know.
No, but he's running towards you at this moment.
Oh, he's running towards me.
If you don't do something, it's gonna smack right into you.
Hold on. I'm gonna try to run out the way as fast as I fucking can. I'm gonna run out the door.
Give me a dex save with advantage.
Oh shit!
This is a great way to begin a camp session.
At that moment, he knew he fucked up.
He
fucked up. A dex save with advantage.
That'll be 14.
14? Okay. So you manage to dodge out of the way because there is some distance between you and him, about 20 feet or so, right? That's enough time for you to recognize and see what's going on. You dodge out of the way, but you kind of trip on something, right? Mm-hmm. So you do fall. You don't take any damage, but as you see this, you go, and then a few seconds later, maybe like 2 seconds later, actually, boom, this big creature being carried out of this bar, this tavern, by your new companion, and just going. Oberon, you have a ton of movement still. You didn't even use all your movement before, so you have about, another 30 feet? And then you could still spend your actions and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you doing, dude?
Once he's outside and Oberon's no longer inside of that building, nice and kind of on fire. There's people around in this area?
There are people around in that area because where this tavern is, it's kind of like what you consider the town square, right? But they are all trying to give you a wide berth and stay away from this thing as much as possible after witnessing what happened.
All right.
I'm gonna run and yell at Oberon to. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, Oberon, go ahead. What are you doing? You still have you have a new action, bonus action, and more movement. So.
All right. Would you say that we are in a place that this thing could theoretically go around? Like, is there I believe there's a place that people dock. How far are we away from where the dock area is? Or is there a cliff that this thing could be thrown off?
There is the nearest place to get any sort of height is either to try to climb the mountain or to try to climb one of the airship towers that you saw, which was a docking port. There is currently an airship there. You don't know it, but they know it. At least Astraeus knows it as the airship that the captain came in on with them. But you don't know that yet. Or know that, yeah. So there's no actual place this thing could be dumped off of, really. You'd have to actually go out of your way to do so.
All right. So not knowing what this thing is, apparently it's going to slam on his foot, and he's literally just going to grab onto him and lift him over his head, and it's going to pretty much bring him down to slam him on the ground.
Okay. But
as he slams on his foot, the armor begins to creak and whine as I'm going to use, as a bonus action, uses Giant Might.
Okay.
And Oberon becomes size larger, so he's considered to be a huge creature now.
Okay. So that was a bonus action?
Yeah.
You still have your action. Give me an attack roll with advantage because you do have this creature grappled, and you're pretty much you're suplexing him?
Yeah, pretty much he's just going to grab him, lift him over his shoulder, by the ankles, and then literally bring him down, over his head, bringing him down to slam him down.
Gotcha. Okay.
That will be 29. I'm sorry, 19.
You definitely got him. His AC actually got reduced because you were grappling him. So as you go, I need you to give me a roll of 4d6.
All right. 11.
Add your strength modifier and your the proficiency modifier.
15 damage.
15 in total. You bring your weight on this creature as you bring him down, and you swear for a second you hear the sound of bone cracking as this thing lands on its head and neck.
One additional damage. I'm sorry.
Oh, so 16. Okay. What do you do? Are you going to let it go, or are you still holding it?
Do I still have attacks?
You used your action already, did you not?
Yes, but action surge gives me an additional action.
So if you have an additional action, then yes. And actually, you did since you did do an attack, you also get extra attack. I apologize. Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, you're not level 5 yet. Never mind.
No, he's not. He's level 4.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay. He's literally just gonna pick, like, he's still holding onto him. Just do it again.
So you reset yourself and do it again. Give me an attack roll. Advantage.
That hits 17 plus.
Okay. Same dice number and modifier.
Ooh, that's a lot higher. So that is 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
How do you want to do this?
Pretty much the second time they grabs him, lifts him up, then grabs him by, like, his hand just wraps around his torso, and almost like if it was a hammer being brought down to hit the bell on, like, the strongman, he just slams it down, and you just see the body just splatter on the bottom of the ground.
Okay, so wait, so you're raising him up, or are you doing the same thing you did before?
The same thing that he's doing before, but as he's bringing him down, he's like holding him from the torso, using the momentum to bring him down as hard as he can.
As you do this, you clench every muscle in your body. Whatever muscle can be exposed that isn't covered with armor and is maybe being concealed by some sort of soft fabric, that soft fabric actually begins to just move and tighten just a little bit around, like, your calves and your thighs, your chest, and some veins actually begin to bulge as you just suplex this thing one more time, harder than you did before, and you hear the same crack, and then you kind of almost black out just a little bit, and you let go of this thing. It's not moving, and then when you finally come to your senses, you suplex this thing so hard that you shattered what would be considered its spine, going all the way down to what could be considered its pelvic region. And it is not moving. Combat's over for now.
Turns over to Astraeus. Let's finish this.
Astraeus, you noticed that you had tripped over something when you did your dodge.
Uh-huh.
It is a bottle.
Okay.
A bottle of wine.
Okay.
You leave it there, pick it up.
No, I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up. So you see that Mirthal and Udil are outside. While you guys were busy contending with this creature, they were trying to help usher people out and keep them safe. And in case if it got worse, they would be the backup line of defense.
Okay.
They meet up with you guys, and then
I'm gonna run to Oberon.
Yeah, you run to Oberon, and as you're running to Oberon, a familiar figure is starting to leave the tavern, which is now engulfed in flames. There's smoke coming out of everywhere. Right, it's bad. Right. And you see he's a blue-skinned individual who you know as Anar is like wafting the air around him. He's like, whew, that you cannot blame on me. And then he looks at all you guys, this dead thing on the ground. You guys had a party and you didn't invite me?
Oh, my God. I checked to see if Oberon's all right because I want to see if that ichor got on him to see if it's going to consume him.
Fortunately, you notice immediately that there is no ichor on him, and that might have to do with the fact that you guys had been pelting this thing with fire. So as you did damage to it, and whatever lacerations and cuts you did do before were cauterized. So the axe hit that you did to him, you cauterized it pretty much with the firebolt, right? And then when he suplexed, that was blunt damage. So there was no breaking of the skin, bruising, yes, but everything was contained inside. This creature is there still, though. So you run up to Oberon. Oberon, like the individual is running up to you. Yeah, and combat's over. Describe what you guys are doing. Yeah.
So I'm going to say, don't touch. I'm going to point to the creature.
Yeah.
And no touch. Don't touch. Like, I'm going to try to charade it out. To don't touch. And I'm going to inspect this thing. And I'm going to take out a potion.
Okay.
So, a little potion with a petal. What was it? A petal that we used, or did we
flower? You mean the
flower?
You mean the flower?
We used the whole flower,
the
right?
Tierrafontis, yes.
Yeah.
And then you planted a new one.
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry.
That's okay, Oberon. While he's doing this like charades with you, not to touch it. What are you doing?
Has it been 1 minute?
I would say you're coming up 30 seconds since this is going on.
He's nervously panting, like looking towards like the door where he just came out from.
Okay.
And he seems to be eagerly trying to get back into the building.
Okay. No one is trying to stop you. Need to remind you though, this place is on fire and there's black smoke coming out of the doorway. So it's up to you if you want to hop into that.
Just let me know when the other 30 seconds are gone.
Okay.
Because I am still within. It lasts for a minute. I cannot drop this form during that time.
Okay.
I decide not. I put the potion away. I'm not going to use it.
You're not going to use it?
No.
Okay. Are you going to try to further dissect this thing or?
No, I'm going to find out why he's walking towards the building.
Okay. So as you're walking towards are you walking towards the building or are you staying still right now, Oberon?
He's by the door for like, he seems anxious to like, there's a worried look on Oberon's face right now.
Okay. Is it easy to read or is that something you would
It's
require?
super easy to read.
So you see a worried look on his face, like a look of worriment on him. And he's just waiting. The additional 30 seconds are up. Your form returns back to its normal shape, size.
Is there a trough like where horses drink water?
Yes, there is. The trough is by the main gate where the stables are. You know this because that's where.
How far? Okay, so are there any troughs or things that have water around this?
You do see troughs, but whether the liquid is water or not is up to you to decide. You don't know. It doesn't. It looks quite brackish. The liquid that's within these troughs. It's up to you if you want to try to use it to see if it can be substituted for water. Up to you.
During that time, he would have grabbed it, ripped it off, and as soon as he shrinks back, he goes into the house and just tosses it towards the fire to see if he douses it off.
Okay. The fire has spread quite considerably within the minute that because of the accelerant of this black substance that has gone on, and the body that was on the ground is now engulfed in flame. That person is clearly dead. The table, the areas where you guys were eating and drinking are still yet to be touched by the flames significantly. The places that are hit with the flames the hardest seems to be the walls. So if you're looking to do something in that area, you're more than welcome to. But the second floor is dangerous currently. What are you doing? Run.
Oh, just toss the water towards the wall.
Okay. You douse some of the flames, but just as quickly as you douse those flames, more flames are licking up to the wall and starting to engulf the cross beams in the ceiling. While you're doing that, Astraeus, what are you doing? As you see him walk in, he tears this trough out and tries to, I guess, from where you are, you can see that he was trying to douse these flames. What are you doing?
You're trying to find out what he needs. What is he doing?
All you have is what he's doing. That's it.
It's clear that he's trying to put up the fire.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to put out the fire, but it seems like it's futile.
Yeah, that.
You're gonna try to tell him that?
Yeah,
or?
I'm gonna try to stop him from putting out the fire.
Okay, how are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna try to pull his arm, and I'm gonna be like, no, it's too much. I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to make him see oh man,
charade.
Yeah, charade. I'm gonna try to charade it. The fire's too much. No, you can't save it.
Okay, so Oberon, do you get what he's saying?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay, try to persuade him.
I'll roll an insight to see if I determine what he's doing.
He might think, "Hey, you're larger than life." No.
Oh God, I hope not.
What's the roll? What's the roll?
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, persuasion. Nat 20. Oberon, your insight.
Yeah, he would have picked up.
Okay, so as he's
it would have been 17 for him.
Okay, so as he's charading this to you, You pick up on it, and he's able to, if it does seep in, the word, or not the words, but the actions seep in. What are you doing? So are you?
So I still have the trough, right?
You have the trough, but now it is empty.
That's fine. He's gonna go towards the bar.
Okay.
Get adjacent to all the bottles, and he's literally just gonna scoop all the bottles into this trough, and then as soon as he gets everything, he's gonna go out.
Okay, give me a strength roll because that's gonna add some weight. That's a lot.
I can carry 900 pounds.
Don't worry about the strength roll. You're fine.
I could carry push 900 pounds.
You're fine. Yeah, no, you actually get some of the back reserve, and you notice that there's a expanded, like, it's again magic that no, actually you didn't see this magic, so I take that back. Never mind. Like an expansive cellar, almost, or not cellar, but like a wine room, right? And you grab a lot of several bottles of wine, and including with all the liquors that were already on the shelves already at this huge bar, and you know it's not even close to being breaking a sweat for you. Any sweat that's on your forehead is from the flames, creating the heat. So you managed to get out of the building. I'm assuming Astraeus does too. And
while he was doing this, there was nobody that was like, even though the smoke is in the way, he could see perfectly within 10 feet of him.
There was nobody.
Got it. That's all he cared about. And then
there was the one corpse that was spat out.
He doesn't even see it. He just steps over it like he knows where it's at, and then just continues going out.
And you guys leave the bar, the red jug, and unfortunately, the flames do eventually consume it, and it collapses, and the red jug is no more.
Fuck.
So, we'll say this is a moment of respite for you guys, for you two, for a moment, or your party. What would you like to do now that the red jug, one of the taverns, there are more taverns, the red jug is out of commission. The place you were originally intending to stay, at least Astraeus, Mirthal, Udil, and Anar.
But now DM, would you do me a favor?
Maybe. What's up?
Could you roll a d6 on an odd? I lost both my axes because they probably broke as I slammed this creature.
Okay.
Damn.
6.
Oh, so would I be able to retrieve 8 axe?
Yes, you can retrieve the axe that was embedded in this creature's back.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Just look over, overall looks over to Astraeus. And it's like, just nods, shakes his head up and down, looks at him.
Oberon, you would know that there are several other taverns here. The second best after the Red Jug was a place known as the Dead Man's Respite.
Is the patron, by any chance, did they make it out?
Yeah, the patron did make it out, yes. Everyone except for that one dead person made it out. Yeah.
Towards Astraeus, and does the hand motion to follow him.
Astraeus follows you, and as do Udil, Mirthal, and Anar. And then Anar looks you up and down. Friends, you guys move awfully quick. Who are you? What's going on?
Eddie brings the trough with all the liquids, all the liqueur that he saved from and brings it over to the barkeep and goes, and Giant is like, I tried to turn the fire off. Unfortunately, I couldn't do much for you, but I hope that at least you'll be able to rebuild and not have to spend as much. As he puts down the drinks in front of the owner or one of the co-workers there or something.
He looks at it. It's not the owner. It's one of the bartender that was serving you, rather.
Yeah.
He looks at you. He's like, I don't understand a lick of what you just said. But
I mean, the gestures there.
I know. Let him finish. I don't understand a lick of what you just said, but thanks. And he goes over to the liquor and he starts perusing through it to see, what's there and start to take account of it.
Does his body language seems like he's Like just like her looking to like, oh, I gotta like get out of here and make my own money out of this, or does it look like
so what you get from it is that he's now going to he's trying to not cut his losses, but see where he stands and what the losses are, and if it's possible to recoup.
Okay. And Oberon reaches into his coin purse and takes 1 gold coin out, looking at the person, and then gives him his coin purse.
You drop the coin purse in front of him?
Well, gives it to the individual, hands over his coin purse.
He looks at you, and he puts his finger up to say, like, 1 moment, and he sifts through the bottles, and you hear the clanging of glass, right? And he pulls out, and he looks at you, and he goes, I don't know who you are, where you're from. I appreciate the gesture.
And he pointed towards the building, like, and the money.
And he puts a bottle, he thrusts a bottle onto your chest, and this bottle is big. It's bigger than the others. It comes in what looks like a glass, a greenish glass, right? And it seems the pattern on this looks almost like that you would find on like the scaling of a dragon, right? The way that the glass was like the artisan made ticked onto the glass. It gave like this feathering scale pattern on the bottle itself, giving it this like very like grandiose look. And inside, you don't know what it is. There's no label on it. It's just this green bottle with this very elegant looking glasswork pattern.
Looks very confused. He's trying to like figure what the hell's going on, and he's like talking, saying, "I'm not buying. I'm trying to give you money," because I think he's interpreting that this guy's like trying to give him a drink, and he's like he looks towards Estrella, not understanding what to do.
Estrella, what are you gonna do?
I'm telling him to keep it because he's. Can I see that he doesn't get what the guy's trying to do?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you obviously
you can tell.
All right, I tell him because I see him trying to give it back. Right, he's trying to give it back.
Are you trying to give it back, or are you still keeping it?
He's holding onto it, but he's like
he looks confused. He doesn't understand the gesture.
So I go to him and I go, "Keep it." Like I put it. Like
he's like, yeah. So he motions for you to keep it. Estrella is motioning for you to keep it.
How do you motion him to keep it, Estrella? Come on, the podcast people want to know.
I'm gonna open my what the fuck do we have?
Your satchel.
My satchel,
yes.
And I'm gonna put I'm putting something in my satchel, and I'm pointing to the bottle, and I'm telling you to put it in your satchel.
So what do you make of this, Oberon?
He puts it in his satchel.
Okay.
Not understanding what this is.
Still, so
charisma 6.
Love it. So, what do you guys want to do in the aftermath of this? You have multiple options. You do know of another place called the Dead Man's Respite. That's not the only place in town. It just happens to be the second that followed after the Red Jug.
He pulled out, Oberon pulls out his map, points towards the building that's on fire, and points on his map to show where it's at.
Okay.
Then moves his finger to show Dead Man's Respite. Okay. And points towards fire and points towards this one.
Okay, so he's pointing to another building location on this map. It says, how detailed do you want this map to be?
It's Oberon, so it's extremely detailed.
It says the Dead Man's Respite on it. Oh. And it actually has the keying for this looks like a place to sleep and eat and get drinks.
All right, I'm with it. Let's try not to set this one on fire, though.
And ours like, no promises.
Cocks his head to the side and just follows.
And as you guys are walking towards the Dead Man's Respite, these two guards approach you because you're from, especially you, Oberon. You familiarize yourself with the guards because you saw them walking around, as well as the brief time that you've been here, right? Less than a day, and you're setting taverns on fire already.
Bless up. That's what we do. Yeah. Fuck shit up.
You know the guards, and one of them is wearing the armor is uniformed. It's that blackish armor, but their weapons are very makeshift and haphazard. It would seem like one's wielding a sword and the other's wielding a pitchfork, right? And they look at you and they're like, Thank you. We heard the commotion and we didn't know what we and he clearly looks shaken. These guys clearly look shaken, as if they're here because they're being forced to be here and not here of their own accord.
Okay, this is what I need you two guys to do. Take a deep breath,
and they both uniformly
let it out slow.
Exhale.
Oberon follows suits.
Oberon does it too.
Yeah.
Are you guys with me? Hello, snap out of it. Hello.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
They shake it off.
Oberon begins to snap as well.
There's a body that my friend over here broke in half. We need this examined, but I need you guys to cover it up and pick it up without touching the body. Please do not touch the body.
Then how are we going to pick it up?
Didn't I just say I need
to
find out and figure a way to get the body?
Are you pointing towards the body?
With a cart? Are you okay? So Oberon's asking, are you pointing towards? Yeah, he's pointing towards the body.
Yeah.
Oh god, Oberon's gonna pick this shit up.
Yeah, he goes to pick it up.
All right, you're lucky there are not any open lacerations on this thing. He picks up the body. Oberon picks it up.
Brings it over to you.
I look at him. I'm like, put it down now.
Just like that?
He understands. He puts. I imagine you're doing the hand motion to
Yes,
down. Are you going to drop it or are you going to put it down gently?
He it down.
He's going to put it gently or just drop it?
I toss this body on the ground. I don't need no corpse.
So are you doing that?
No. He settles it down.
Okay, so he settles it down. Disaster averted.
Thank you, Jesus.
And like, you know what? We can find the local doctor. He'll know what to do.
When people are hurt, how do you lift them up?
We carry them.
So you've never put two spears on. You never put one spear on either side of a person. And you guys both grab the ends of the spear. It's like a little makeshift thing to carry somebody without touching them.
No, that sounds awfully uncomfortable. I love this. This is great. I love it. I see Damien and Astraeus are both frustrated.
Is there a card over here by any chance?
Quick,
because Oberon is seeing the bot, like what he's doing.
Okay,
I look at Oberon.
Yeah,
and I the thing you were carrying.
So he's like motioning the body. And he's spreading his arms apart.
Not the
Come
body.
on, Damien, tell me. Don't tell the DM to tell me. I want to hear you say it.
Okay, I'm looking at Oberon.
Into the mic, please.
I'm looking at Oberon, and I extend my arms, and I go water, like he's throwing water,
right?
Yeah.
And I'm pointing. I'm like the thing you had for water,
the trough.
Yes, get it. I need that.
Can you discern any of that?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh man!
Oh my god! It started off pretty intense, and now it's kind of comedic.
Oh man! Here we go. Okay, 16.
16.
Yeah, he rolled a 17. He goes on.
Now the question is, do you grab a new trough or?
Yeah, he goes towards the nearest trough, looks towards the guards, and goes, points to it, does the hand motion of him like gonna lift it, and then nods his head yes and gives a thumbs up, waiting for the guards to give him a response.
And the guard looks at you and hold on, I gotta do a perception roll first. let me insight check. He rolled a 2. Okay,
perfect.
The guard's like, I wouldn't drink that if I were you.
Oh no! Grab the.
He rips it off, tosses whatever water it is, brings it over, grabs the body, puts the body inside, grabs his rope, wraps the rope around it to make sure it stays in, and then hands this guard the rope.
Okay, you hand the guard the rope.
And by handing the rope to the guard, he literally not hands it, puts it on his chest and says something that sounds like "Uslid, son."
And then he
Which
looks.
is
Then he looks
here.
He looks.
It's like, here you go, sir.
Was that shit that hard? Look how he did that in 15 seconds.
Give me
looks over to Estrellas.
Insight check.
Are you a fucking god?
Perception. No, perception. Give me perception check. Right, this is gonna be too funny.
I'm pissed off right now.
I love it.
4.
4? You know what? It's not that difficult to tell. They kind of look a little scared now of you, a little bit, a little frightened.
Jesus Christ.
And they'll do it.
Is there an outhouse in view?
No, there are no outhouses in view.
Gotcha.
Where is your doctor?
Oh. And they point down the street.
Where are you pointing? What building?
You see, he points down the street, and all the way at the end of the building, at the end of the street, right? You see what looks like a small, almost like a hovel, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1-story building, right? Made of wood, has a squared window over where the roof makes that peak, right? And it has one more window on the side, and it just says, "The good doctor is in."
All right.
On the door.
You guys are worthless. I go to Oberon, carry, and I put it on his shoulder. He stinks. You carry.
And what do you?
I'm pointing to the guy. He put the thing on the chest.
Yeah.
He stinks. You please carry.
And he's
When you say he stink, are you doing like the smell, like waving your hand in front of his
nose? He's holding his nose and everything.
Hey, he stinks. And I point towards the trough, and I say, and I like put it over my shoulder, trying to insinuate for you to carry it.
Okay. Roll strength saving throw as I put the trough on your shoulder.
Please roll. Give. You have to roll, bro. He's dropping.
Like he puts it like, oh, okay, this guy's strong. Cool. It brings it up on his shoulder. He's not fully releasing it, but he's feeling it.
Oh, 11.
So
he feels like he's buckling. He's just gonna hold it and he's gonna like shake his hand like
so
hand left and right, like, and then his head no, and points towards his chest and then gives him the thumbs up.
So are you still holding it while you?
Yeah, he's holding on to it.
Okay,
he notices
so
that he's not that strong. He's like, nope.
You don't take any damage, but you quickly buckle from the weight of this thing.
You trying to kill me over here? What? I'm so glad you can't fucking understand me right now.
Cocks his head to the side, not understanding.
It's like a puppy, like,
yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Swear to fucking God, motherfucker was trying to kill me over here. Holy shit.
So
let's go. And
he motions.
I motions for him to follow me.
Follows.
And then we go to the good doctor.
Okay. So there's no, there's no like actual name of this practice. It just has like one of those comedic signs where it says the good doctor is, and it says in, and you could tell that maybe the in part could be flipped to say out, right? Are you trying to go into the building or?
Yes.
Okay. The door is locked.
Puts the trough down.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Where's my other dice? Oh, there it is.
Astonished.
A few minutes go by. Yeah, what are you saying, Oberon? Because there's some time between.
He's directing his voice towards his trails, but he says astonished.
Yes.
Ooh, and then points towards his map.
And
then points towards the end. Points towards this building. Wags his finger no, and then points down the street. Points to a different building that shows you the perfect picture of the outside here. And then points to his body, showing you that it's like a medical place.
Oh, he's showing me the actual medical place. Is that what he just said?
He's pretty much just saying, "Hey, this is not the bar.
He's telling you that this is not the tavern that we were going through."
Points down the street and does a hand motion towards drinking.
Okay.
This one does like wrapping his arm, like ouchie.
Got it. Okay, I point to Oberon, you, and I point to the tavern. You go, you drink. I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna point to the good doctor at the door, and I'm gonna knock again.
Oberon, what are you doing?
points towards him and rubs his stomach.
Yeah, and I point to him. You go eat. I point to him, and
No, he's pointing towards you and like motioning like if you're sick.
Mirthal steps in because he's there and realizes this is taking a little bit more than it should. He steps in Elvish and begins to say to Oberon. Wow, brain fart there for a second. He wants you to go to the inn, and he will stay here with the body to see the doctor.
Good Lord, man. You could have spoken this entire time, and you did it. I mean, it's hilarious as well. But why is he? I guess he's constipated, and that's the reason why he needs to go to the doctor. That makes sense.
Mirthal looks at Estrellos, then looks at Oberon. He says, well, to be honest, I actually kind of enjoyed seeing this. It was actually pretty funny seeing him flounder.
You like drinking?
Oh, I enjoy drinking.
Would you like to get some drink? I only have 8 copper, 1 gold coin. By the way, what was that whole deal with the bottle?
Oh, it was a sign of gratitude. You know, he thanked you for saving what you could and also giving him money to rebuild the establishment. So in exchange, he wanted to show that he appreciated you, and so he gave you the bottle.
Gratitude. I don't even know what that means.
He was thankful. Do you know what that means?
No, I don't.
All right, we have to explain quite a bit. Let's do it over a couple of drinks. First round's on Udil. Udil's like, what? And then
it just nods and just like, I hope his constipation passes. Like, he doesn't look fine, and then just begins to walk towards the bar.
Udil's like, drinks are not on me, Mirthal, and he goes, that's what you said last time. And then you guys all go to the Dead Man's Respite. Anar is sticking with Estrellos because he knows that maybe the next tavern might not welcome him because the other one burned down. So a few minutes go by and there's still no response. And Anar's like, make sure no one's coming. I can get this door open pretty quick.
I'll check to see if I see anything.
Perception roll.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. So you are able to keep a good lookout for Anar as he is quickly and adeptly picking the lock for this area. And within a few seconds, you hear the tumblers click in place, and he pushes the door open, and it's open.
It's about to be.
And he flips the sign that says the good doctor is in and flips it so it says out.
This is going to be really bad. All of my rolls now. 3 20s I've gotten in the span of
but you got a 20 in combat, though, which is unheard of.
I know. That's crazy.
From years of playing with you.
I'm going to try to see if I could drag the trough in.
Okay. With the help of Anar.
Yes.
Right? Give me a strength check with advantage to see how long it takes to get them.
Okay. 12.
12. It takes a few minutes and it's labored, right? But you do manage to get the trough in, and then Anar closes the door behind and locks it. Inside is what looks like it's one room, right? With a door leading out towards what you can assume is maybe a back, right? And no other rooms. In here are a series of shelves with various different vials, cabinets, what looks like with a variety of different potions, right? Some that you recognize as healing, some that you don't even recognize whatsoever. And then on the right side facing, right, you're facing into the room, is another cabinet with what looks like surgical utensils that are kept immaculately clean. And then in the middle of this room looks like some sort of combination of operating table / almost kind of like a dentist chair, if that makes sense. Like, it looks like in its current form, it looks like a chair, right? But should it need to be, it can contort into what would look like an operating table.
I would like to just look around, see if I could get a feeling of like if this place has been closed for a little bit, or if it does not look like it's been closed for a bit. There is no dust settled on anything.
Like I said, the tools look immaculate, like they were cleaned today, possibly.
No, what I meant is like if there's any if there was any signs of like it just recently closed.
Oh, give me an investigation roll.
Oh baby, that's my bread and butter right there. Plus, I got a +7 on that.
Oh, that's good.
Kid.
Natural 1?
No.
Natural 20?
No. It's 14 altogether.
14?
I don't get it. I got
that's fine though. It's not a bad roll. So you managed to pick up on some clues, right? This place has probably been closed for no more than maybe half an hour, maybe 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 20 minutes, half an hour tops.
Can I hear can I just see? Is there like a stairs leading upstairs?
There's
like,
no upstairs. It's
just
a single room. This single room with a door that leads to what you can assume is a back.
Okay, I go to Anar. Anar, do you know anything about this black ichor?
Can you show it to me?
Fuck. No, I can't. I can't. It's contained in that body. In that body.
You see, Anar takes out his knife.
No. No open wounds. No nothing. We don't know. This thing walked in and absorbed somebody immediately.
And it's clearly evident that like this thing was once two people separate, but it mutated into something else.
No, leave it contained. I don't understand how it's contained, but let's leave it. I can't. I don't know what to show you. I don't have anything to show you about it. I just know it's. Describe
it to me. There are a lot of black, sludges, oozes, slimes.
Does sludge and slime turn people into that?
Not normally, but you got, aside from black ooze or slime or whatever your liquid, what does it look like? Like, what does it do? Aside from, well, that apparently. And he points to this misshapen thing.
It seems to zombify people. Like, I can't explain it to you unless you see it. And I don't want to do this. Okay. It's weak to fire. If you know anything fire, if it looks like it's going to lunge at you or attach, I need you to burn this thing. I need you to see it to see if you know, because you know more than I do.
So what are you doing?
Cut it open.
So
carefully.
He takes his knife out.
I'm gonna ready
firebolt.
Yeah.
And with his, gloved hand, nicks just the slightest cut on the side of this thing's face. Right? And slowly, just welling to the surface, is the black viscous ichor. And it just wells, and it just stays there, and it starts to slop down and just drip down the side of this thing's face and drop into the trough. And there's just like that trail of that black ichor just going down.
What is that?
It looks like black slime. It looks like this thing has black blood. I don't know. I never seen anything like this, and my dad's not here, so I can't exactly go to his library and look up the variety of black slime shit that does that to things.
Fine, and
I have an idea.
What?
He takes a torch and he lights up the trough.
And
as he lowers the torch towards the trough, you get a glimpse of that black ichor that's been welled there, and it looks like it's trying to inch away from the torch, very, very slowly and almost indiscernible, but it looks like it is like trying to inch away from it. All right. In the meantime, while this is going on, we will be cutting over to Oberon, Mirthal, and Udil over at the Dead Man's Respite. The Dead Man's Respite is very much different from the. Or are you guys going in right away, or Oberon?
Yeah, sure. We're not.
Okay. So you guys go in, and the inside looks very much different from the Red Jug, which was very much like almost like an open, like if someone had converted a barn into like a bar, right? This very much looks like the tavern that you would typically see from some sort of medieval fantasy setting. It almost to the T looks like it, in a very hauntingly way. Like, this looks like a tavern. This sounds like a tavern. Everything just seems too in place, almost. What are you doing? What are you saying? You're listening. See, this is what happens when Astraeus isn't around. But yeah, and everyone's jovial, surprisingly, despite what's happening, and everyone's enjoying their drinks.
Okay, so he goes in. If Anar would have seen, for a moment he's been.
Anar's not there. Remember,
I'm sorry.
Anar is with
whoever's with him. They would have seen, if they would have caught sight of it. There were a couple of times that he kept rubbing his wrists.
Okay.
And like touching around the furthest around, covering his neck for a moment, like so, and then walked into and just like goes, we're here.
And so Mirthal looks at you for a moment. You okay?
Yeah. Just, I've never been here actually, and it's a little awkward.
Don't worry about it. And he slaps you on the back, and along with Udil, and they begin to head towards the bar.
He immediately tensed up, like he froze for a moment, then just walked forward, like he's like, okay.
So so are you following suit with them?
Yeah.
Okay. So they head to the bar. At the bar is a Dragonborn. The Dragonborn, you can assume, would be black, but his scaling is very pale. We're to the point where it looks like it's starting to gray, as if like black hairs were turning gray. And he himself looks a bit gaunt, especially for a Dragonborn, right? And almost very like a listless look on his eyes. And he looks very exhausted, it would seem. And he looks at you and he goes, what can I be getting you?
To look to who?
Sorry, to Mirthal.
Okay.
What can I be getting you? And then Mirthal orders his regular ale. Udil orders his ale when he's asked, and then he asks you the same question in common, or his common, rather.
Oberon is not looking at this individual, and he's looking down. If you could imagine a 8-foot tall person look like he was like trying to shrink into his own form,
right,
that's what you would see from his body right now.
Okay. Do you reply with anything or no?
Well, he doesn't understand the language.
And he points to you, motioning to you, and then he takes like if he's holding like an invisible like flagon, right, and pretends to drink.
But he let's see what happens. Okay. He responds in Draconic and says, with a very kind of goes, "No, masters, I do not wither any drink."
He looks at you and speaks in Draconic. You talk weird. Do you nothing? No water? Nothing? No ale?
If you find me of worth in your eyes, I will take what you offer, master.
He looks at Mirthal, and Mirthal goes, just get him an ale. And Udil drops the coin for it, and few seconds later, this ale gets dropped in front of you. He gives you a side glance, like he's raising his right eyebrow, or his right brow rather, and shakes his head, not at you per se, but just at the whole encounter, like this is weird, and goes off to helping other people.
Just slowly begin to grow a little as they leave.
And even though he doesn't understand it, Udil looks at you and goes, "What was that all about?"
Actually, I think I am trained in deception. Let me double check. Yeah, I actually get advantage on these.
Okay.
Because of Rune Carver. And that's a natural 1 and a natural 9 for a total of 9.
Okay.
Correction. So I'm doing deception. I have advantage, and after rolling my highest 9, I have a -2, so that's a 7. So it goes, what? No. And then just like looks towards the side, like try to, like, if he can't see me, he can hurt, like he can ask again.
You rolled a 13 on his insight. And Udil in Draconic looks at you and he goes, "Something you need to get off your chest? I mean, if you're going to be traveling with us, you should be forthright."
He curses fuck. He forgot that he spoke Draconic.
Yeah, he speaks Draconic. He speaks several languages, but Draconic's one of them, yeah.
Wait, he responded to me in Draconic, and he completely, it fits his charisma.
Yeah. Udil's quite charismatic.
It was just
Come on.
It was just a joke. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll to see if he's lying, or
he's not going to bother checking it. He's going to leave it be. Udil, knowing Udil's history, he understands when to leave an uncomfortable conversation aside for another moment, especially after such tension with this combat. So he looks at you, drink up, and he cheers with your against your flagon, and then downs his ale, flags the bartender over to order another one,
drinks it, and looks over at
And now, what's your passive? I guess everyone's Mirathol definitely does. I know his is low.
11.
11. Okay, so only one person notices everything. Yeah, that's everything. Just seems to go on. Is there anything you want to do? Fortunately, no one notices anything.
He goes, I apologize about your friend. It seems I got perhaps wasn't good enough when the fire, and so what was it? He's like mumbling into his cup.
Are you saying this to Udil, or are you saying this to just out loud?
He's saying this in Draconic.
In Draconic? Okay. Hey, in my line of work, things happen. Best thing you could do is take it one day at a time, and help those that you can, and don't cause any more suffering.
And your friend Anani, I did what they told me. It was very smart of them to say, hey, they're gonna blow this place up with their blood, try to get them out, and I did. I hope it was very smart of them to think that.
Wait, what? He looks at you, he's like,
and then he recaps the whole aspect that both of them noticed the blood accelerating the fire, and he doesn't say Astraeus, he says Tatani, because that's what he understands when he said the name, because nobody introduced any names except for
Udil and Mirathol.
Yeah,
exactly.
So he goes, Atani said, open the door and pointed towards, like, get him out, and that was very smart of them to think that.
Yeah, Astraeus has his moments.
Wait, who's that? Wait, I thought it was Atani.
Athani is Astraeus. Astraeus is his name. He He has his moments. I like the moments where he gets his ass handed to him, but that's just me.
Wait, tell me more. And he grabs another drink
and then
happening.
So he orders another drink for you, but this time he orders a stronger drink for both of you, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Well, it all started when we went to," and then he begins to recount the experience within Great Oak Hollow. And now we'll cut back to, as this story is being told, to we're going to cut back to the good doctor's office. So while that is going on, Estrellas, what did you notice this black ichor with somewhat seeming what gives off a hint of sentience lurches away from the flame of the torch.
You ever see slime do that?
No, usually slime tries to go towards it. Hold on, let me try something. And he thrusts the torch at the slime, and the slime instantly conflagrates and just ignites, and it's a quick flash burn, and it has nowhere really to go, so it crawls up through the side of this creature's face, right? And then cauterizes the wound. And there's this big scorch mark going from wherever the black ichor trailed onto the creature, and then ending right where the wound is.
What the hell is that?
Hold on. And so he goes through the cabinets and he takes an empty vial. He goes, "Okay. Do you have a steady hand or do I have a steady hand?" And then okay, it's not bad. 16. He seemingly there's nothing in his hand, and then out of nowhere, in this poof of lavender vanilla smoke, right, comes out, and he summons what looks like a 6-shooter, and then it goes away again, and he does a trick, and looking like he's pretending to holster it, even though there's nothing there. What about your hands?
Yeah, they're kind of steady.
Do you want to hold the bottle or should I?
I'll hold the bottle.
You hold the bottle?
Yeah. I'll hold the bottle.
He's going to make the nick. Now I need you to give me a sleight of hand roll. Sleight of hand roll.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. 9.
9? You try, but you don't even come close to this thing. And then the incision he makes, right? The ichor wells again on another part of this creature's face and goes down. And he looks at you. He's like, "You want me to hold it? We're going to run out of real estate if you...
Yeah, I guess, hold it, man. Sorry, I messed up one time. Kill the fucking guy.
You did... Anyway. One time, what about the guildies? Anyway. Last I checked, it was my dad and I who had to save you and your buddy. So...
Oh, that's where we're going now, huh?
So he hands you his knife.
Mm-hmm.
Just nick it. Nice. 22.
Oh, no.
22 for the bottle, so... Come on, you gotta give me the nick.
4 is not gonna be good. 4.
4? You don't so much as nick this thing, you gouge it and make a big incision into its face, right underneath where the second one was. He manages to get it and cap it with no problem, but now there's it's a series of this ichor. You mean firebolt?
Firebolt, yeah. Firebolt.
Give me an attack roll with disadvantage because you're up close.
Okay. Give me 1 second. 15.
15? You got this. It's dead. So the armor class is non-existent practically. So you firebolt it instantly, and both the incision from before that he made, the second one, and then your first gouge ignite and cauterize, and the stuff catches fire and are you sweating bullets?
Thank you, Jesus.
And then you see he's looking at it. He puts it up to what little light there is in the room, and Anar shakes the vial a little bit, and the liquid doesn't even slosh. It seems like it goes against his movement. So when he moves it right, it tries to move left, and when he moves it left, it's like clinging to the right. And then as soon as he takes the torch, he lowers it just a little bit, and you see the ichor that was based on the bottom of this flask, right, immediately try to pop up. It doesn't remove the cork that's in there, that's well placed in there, but it clings to the upper part of the flask, and then drops down when he removes the heat, clearly signifying this thing still does not like fire.
I've seen this before, but it never mutated somebody. Like, legit, this thing had mandibles. What the
And yeah, the funny thing is, when it died, the size of its jaw seemed to have reverted back to its normal size.
How can we find out what this is?
The best thing we could do is operate, but if
no.
I know. I mean, wait, this thing doesn't like fire, right?
Yes.
Well, what about heat? Maybe heat might keep it dormant. It might try to stay to the coolest thing in the room. If we can somehow find a room that might be superheated or heated enough, might be able to cut this sucker open and see what's what.
Oh, yeah, but how hot does it need to be? Wouldn't that be a little too much for us?
And then he raises the flask. How much is enough to keep this thing dormant? If it doesn't like the torch, it can't be too hot.
We could try. I'm always down to try. We need to figure out what this is.
All right.
The second time I've seen it. Why is it here now? It seems.
What happened? So what did I miss?
And
as you begin to explain it to him, we'll cut to the tavern.
Oh, okay.
So, and then.
So
and
what you're saying is,
and then Udil, hold on, Udil, and then he just took the fist right to the open palm, right to the chest. And I can tell you, this guy, there was an open palm right there. And if it wasn't for whatever juju magic that Hrimnir gave him, he still would have had the mark there too. It was hilarious. And what does Oberon say to that?
He's just like drinking, puts the cup down.
And then you see Mirthal understanding what's going on. He's like, in Elvish, he's telling you the time that Estrellas got his, took the hands. Okay.
Oh, that's what you call it?
Well, I mean, for him, yeah, because he literally took someone, he took hands, so.
Oh, when I was a kid, we used to call that keep away.
And they look at you both. Wait, are you speaking Draconic or Elvish?
He says it in Elvish, and then he says it in English. And I'm not English in Draconic.
So they both look at you, and you like in like sync, in unison. Keep away.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I mean, I actually then pulls out his documentation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see, he's struggling trying to like articulate the words, and he just like puts his he's pretty much his traveling papers down.
Okay, and what is
the table for them to read?
And what does it say on your traveling papers? What's it written in?
It's in common, so he doesn't know what it says. But for anyone that reads common, they will see that it's from Taldore.
Okay.
And that origin is unknown.
Okay. So you're basically, you're from Taldore, but you are not, it's not known whether you're a citizen of X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, because he couldn't explain it. And there's like a portion that says something that is like crossed out in black, and you cannot read what it says.
Okay. From Taldore, Udil looks at you like, I've never heard of a Taldore, and he looks at Mirthal. Mirthal, if I'm not mistaken, is from Exandria, so
which is he like a different island within the same world.
Yeah, so I can't assume whether he would know or not. So I'm gonna
correction. Hold up, let me check my stuff real quick because I might be getting my NPC information confused with my
your PC.
No, he's from your house.
Oh, okay. So you're from Yorhas?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Udil's response is still the same. He doesn't know what a Yorhas is. But if I'm not mistaken, Mirthal would.
Yeah, he would have. He would know where that is.
Mirthal would know. And he goes, Yorhas. And then we will cut back to the good doctor. So.
So, are you with me? You understand everything that happened?
I get it. Little weird. So you're saying that this strange doctor guy, this dude showed up. He was sitting with a drink. Apparently, Udil had something that belonged to him that caused him to get perturbed.
He had this bottle of wine, and I go in my knapsack and I give him the wine bottle. And
you see the label on there. There's a shimmer on the label. Right there it says Cyrano Finesse on it. And there's a bit of a glint to the lettering.
Do you know what this is?
I've never heard of it, and my dad has quite an expansive wine cellar. An expansive wine cellar. I never heard of it.
I think we should ask your dad about this when we get back.
We can do that, definitely.
But wait, hold on. Did he arrive with that bottle? Or did he get it from...
Is this Estrella saying it or Damien saying it?
Both, because I'm trying to remember myself.
He ordered a drink, and they brought it.
He ordered it, but do you want to do a roll to see if Estrellas will recall? Let's do a D100 roll.
Oh,
D20. No, D20, sorry.
Whatever you want. Just roll it?
Yeah, just roll it, and I'll let you determine what the parameter is.
Okay. 10 or lower bad or 10 or lower good?
10 or lower bad.
Okay, so he does not remember.
Does not remember?
No.
So Estrellas does not remember whether the wine bottle was served to him or whether it was, or to the doctor, sorry, or whether he had it on his persons. He just know that he fled with it.
For the life of me, I can't remember if he got this from this bar. Even if I don't remember, I think we should go ask the guy, the owner of the bar.
Could I, DM, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You remember that Oberon and Udio, I believe?
No, it might have been Oberon and Mirthal, maybe.
Mirthal were having a conversation about the bottle because he said something to the lady and then they were having a conversation. So you could assume that Oberon or him would remember if this was the bottle or not.
Okay. There we go. Then I have to go see Oberon again.
Your favorite person.
It's just one of those days today.
I mean, you can ask your translator so you don't have too difficulty of a problem.
Yeah, but I still got to come to a middle ground with this man.
You want me to go back with you?
Yes, please.
What are we going to do about the elephant in the room?
I don't know.
There's a Loxodon in the room? What?
They're not called Loxodons in this world anyway.
I don't know, cuz. Think we should
reconvene?
Yeah, we could bring it with us and reconvene with everybody. Let them know what happened.
All right.
No, everybody was there.
Well, no, but they don't know what we are trying to do.
Right.
And he waves the flask of this black ichor, and again, it resists whatever motion he does. So if you move, left to right, it does the opposite motion.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do. I'm at a loss. The doctor wasn't here, and
did you get a name of this guy?
No.
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 Yeah. All right.
I really didn't have much to do with him. I was at the bar, and I think Oberon and
you were with Oberon.
Was I with them?
This is the DM to you. You were with Oberon. You were with Oberon getting drinks. And
yes, and then it was
Udil and Mirthal that were discussing everything.
Yeah, it was Udil and Mirthal who actually might know his name.
All right, well, let's ask them first and see what's going on. I hate to leave empty-handed, though. And you see he goes towards one of the potion cabinets, and he opens it, and he pockets what looks like 3 healing potions, and then closes the cabinet, and then he just motions, shh, and then begins to head out. Lock up when you have
a better idea. I look for empty vials.
Yeah.
And I just put a little drop so it looks like a little potion or something, so it doesn't look like it's out of place.
Okay, so give me a performance check. See how well this is going to go in case anyone does show up. And I'll have to remember this number. I'll write it down.
Yeah. 20. Not natural.
Dirty?
Altogether.
Okay, dirty 20?
Yep.
It looks quite well. Probably some of your best work yet.
I did this on the motherfucking fly.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that from now on.
Maybe I should open up my own potion shop. Quit adventuring. No. So you guys, you and Anar return and to your best recollection of where Oberon showed on the map. It takes a few minutes, but you find the Dead Man's Respite. You enter it, and everything's jovial. But there's something quite... And it looks like every tavern you've ever been to, right, in your life, especially in Waterdeep. But there's just something odd to both of you. And you just see that, yeah, everyone's jovial and dancing and everything, but they all have the same, like, listless look in their eyes, and they all look a little gaunt and on the border of what can possibly be considered malnutrition. Something that normally no one would really notice, but you notice and Anar notice for obvious reasons. And that is where we will pick up next time.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Eternal Champions. Unfortunately, Mirthal never arrived. I had to do my best to try to play his character. I don't think I did.
What are you talking about? He was right there with me.
Right. He was there drinking with
me. He was a translator.
Udil's easy. Udil's easy because Udil's like a very, well, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, shrug your shoulder type of thing. Mirthal is a bit more enigmatic, and there are things about his backstory that I don't want to reveal that I think Ernie should be able to reveal. So I had to bite my tongue on some things. But yeah, so thank you for tuning in to another episode of Eternal Champions. I hope you enjoyed listening. Damien, would you like to sign us out?
What are we on episode 13? Is it?
No, episode 10. I
10.
think.
Wow.
Yeah.
10 episodes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and we just did the 32nd episode, I think, of Neon Knights FM, or 31st.
Ladies and gentlemen, all together, we're at 42.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep steamrolling. We're going to keep going. Keep listening. We're going to keep getting better. And hopefully we make you laugh, and hopefully, you enjoy some of the dumb shit that I do. I love everybody
Astraeus.
Does.
I love Astraeus. I love Oberon. That's why I love when Mirthal shows up later on saying, yeah, well, he means to say this. He's like, you could have translated this entire time. I was enjoying myself, which I think Mirthal would do.
Yes. So thank you for listening. I'm going to save our Snyder Cut outro for our guests, today.
That's your cue, Cesar and Oberon.
So we add another body to the pyre of this mountain known as World's Grave. Another soul that doesn't get to see the Snyder Cut. But don't fret, for it is our duty to be able to watch this. Don't forget, #release the Snyder Cut. And until next time, love y'all. Arizona, you know who you are. Keep staying positive. And remember, Oberon loves you.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Until next time, keep those dice rolling.